We're going to be talking about quite a few things tonight, including the UK, the US, maybe a little Putin, why I got the Hierophant reversed, which means basically the broken rules. We had a lot of rules during COVID, so many rules. And now it's a complete reversal of that. So probably just as annoying. We want a happy medium, but there are some things that are turning on their head. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the Aquarius energy that I am seeing. And welcome, Angel D. Thank God you're on. And where's Buckeye? Oh, Buckeye's here. And thank you so much for moderating. Miss Charlene is here. Good evening. Oh, I'm working the night shift. You know it, girl. Uh, Thank you for being a valedictorian since day one, I think, Angel. And Soda Pop, how are you doing? I hear there's some weather headed your way. Looks like a hurricane. Is that right? In Hawaii? And I'm glad you didn't get stuck in limbo. You might have seen today that I had some technical difficulties as well. So, and thanks everyone for hitting the like button. And first time I've ever been a number one, you and me both. You and me both. Meg is here. Deb's here. Thank you, Star Sleuth. And Curious Watcher. I cannot believe I made it to alive. Hi, Val. Hello, everyone. And KK's here. Deb's here. And Cheryl. How are you, Cheryl? Zebra and Shauna. Shauna's going to have her birthday soon. So we're going to have to wish her a happy birthday. And welcome, Sherry, a new member. So glad to have you. We need more valedictorians, so we're so glad to have one more. Well, everybody is talking about the most important thing right now, which is that Taylor Swift is probably going to have her wedding in Rhode Island this summer. There are other things that are happening in the world, believe it or not, and that is that today we saw this in the headlines. Putin launches biggest blitz of war, 500 killer drones. The way they write these things, we don't know if it's really 500, but it does sound pretty dramatic. That's Aquarius energy. Anything that's up above you, that's Aquarius. And also it has to do with electronics or things that are, or that seem kind of futuristic, which is what a drone would be. Let's put our USA hat on for a little bit. The red USA hat. And we're going to look at the USA inaugural chart. So we're going to look at the one for Trump, and then we're going to look at the one for George W., his first inauguration, 2001. Crossing my fingers. I really love him for her. And thank you, Angel. Lots of members only content. Just coming in. Excited for this one. Miko's here. All right. USA inaugural chart, January 20th, 2025. Let's make a prediction here. This is the chart for the presidency. What does Taurus mean? Well, Taurus means the neck. Food. It means money, wealth. Okay. And, oops, mark this up. So we're talking about a wealthy guy, somebody who's probably going to get more wealthy. And so we want to look and see where Venus is. And Venus is up here with Saturn in Pisces. So this can represent in the 11th house, a lot of presence on social media, 11th house, a lot of maybe some fakery on a social media channel. And it actually does work in this case because you could see this little triangle. Whatever is said, it's almost like magic. If it's nighttime and you say the sun is high in the sky, then everybody's like, oh wow. So there's that energy there. It's kind of like the person thinks that there's magic or something. You just say things and they will happen. Maybe that's the case sometimes. But we have Jupiter here in Gemini, and that's kind of messing up the chart a little bit. Messing up, I shouldn't say messing up, but I should say it is an adverse aspect here. You can see that. And we've got the twins. So this is television, and also maybe kids, maybe Jupiter and Gemini can often mean adolescence. So can mean that there is a pedophilia because of uh, Pisces and Jupiter. This is like adolescence, and this is a theme that can kind of screw this up, whatever this is. This is the inauguration of the president. So Pisces is fraud. It's not having boundaries with children. And it kind of brings that energy down. The reason I wanted to look at this is because I wanted to look at the time frame we're in. Now, if you want to look at your own personal solar return chart, I mean, this is just a chart. This isn't a solar return chart, but you can look at a chart and break down, at least in the inaugural chart, you can break down the houses as months. And so we're going to look at where we are right now. And this is, we're in the September 3rd time period. So we're still probably here, and Jupiter is aspecting. So, and what did we just see? We saw, well, we're seeing a lot about Epstein right now. So that's really coming into play here. The Pisces, the hiding things, it's all over social media right now. There's twin elements. There could be something where, you have a group of people that look alike. You could have students as well. You could have children. So we saw that with Minnesota, the Twin City. Okay. So that just came in as Sagittarius was activating, and the eighth house is the house of death. So we were seeing some, you could really predict it here in this inaugural chart. So now we're inching over here. We're coming out of the Sag, which is good. We want to come out of the Sag range, and we're coming into the Capricorn range. Now, the Saturn is going to be activating. Yikes. And it's on the other side of Jupiter. So we're not done yet. There's still probably some more, could be a twin event of Minnesota. Hopefully not. But this could have something to do with more children and more Epstein. Now, on the other hand, there's some blue lines that go to Saturn, which is going to bring out the nice aspects of Pisces and the nice aspects of Capricorn. Capricorn is to return. It is to be wise. And it is government. This is all about government that's in the ninth house right here. And there are some positive things that are happening in that. You could see that little blue triangle. But whoa, 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 what the heck is this? This is Mercury at 18 degrees in a T square with Black Moon Lilith at 22, the moon at 18, and Chiron right here. Holy God, what is that? So let's back up here. First of all, what do we know? We know that the apex of a T square is kind of like the cause of something. And Mercury in Capricorn can mean an announcement by maybe a government body of some sort. And it kind of looks a little bit evil. These Libras, these are the politicians. So there is a big announcement coming up, and it looks like it hurts this chart. This is really basically the president's chart for his term. And so it's pretty nasty. It's pretty nasty. It's a group here, group of older people, maybe, could be seniors, but probably government people. And so let's pull some cards for that. That looks kind of challenging, and that's going to come up. I want to say, let's see, we're going to have to wait till Mercury comes in a little bit. So probably maybe the beginning of October or last days of September. And we're awaiting. I mean, one of the representatives today ran out of the committee room crying on Capitol Hill today. So there's some drama. There's some serious drama that's happening. But also keep in mind that that's not the only T square that's happening. Then we've got this T square. It's a double T square. We could be having convergent events. So we've got these are some bad politicians that are coming in. At the same time, sometimes a bad politician can hurt other bad politicians, so that could be in the mix here. Uh, it looks like a big one. It looks like a big one. This is a big announcement, and the ninth house is that's the press. So something's coming in, and what's the moon? The moon is the public. Public's not gonna like this one. Mm-mm. So, okay, yeah, end of September. I know, Miss Charlene. Oh, yeah, you're very wise, and also you probably remember things pretty well, like, you can reach back into your encyclopedia of knowledge. Let's just get right down to it. I am gonna use Anita McMillan's cards, my favorite. She sent them to me. Beautiful word tarot. We've got a double whammy here, and it goes to Mercury. Now, Mercury can represent 2 twins, 2 houses of government because of Capricorn. I have Capricorn in my 4th house, and my whole life I lived around government buildings. My dad made our house like a government building because he was always full of rules, and he was a Capricorn. So that makes sense. With the 4th house, Lord is father. Okay, so we've got Capricorn, we've got Mercury in there, and we have got, I mean, this is as bad as you could get. Some type of announcement that's happening. It's coming up maybe at the end of September. What is it? Hey, Teresa. Oh, good Lord. 4 of Wands reversed. So there's some instability here. Oh, the party it's interrupted a bit. It's interrupted a bit. Let's look at the next clarifying card. This is the celebration stops in this moment. Clarifying card on this. Oh, 4 of Cups reversed. Could be a missed opportunity. Yeah, it looks, well, actually, because 4 of Cups generally is negative and I'm getting something reversed, maybe this is something coming out. Maybe this is something everybody's negative about, and we're taking some steps back here. We are doing an about face. Maybe this means that some positive things are coming up because somebody is getting blocked. Looks like, oh, you know what this is? This is the Supreme Court because of all that Libra. Oh, so the Supreme Court is about to rule on the tariffs. I bet you that's what that's about. In my mind, common sense says they will rule for Trump. But let's see what the cards say about the Supreme Court. What is happening with the tariffs and the Supreme Court? 4 of Pentacles reversed. So has to do with money, of course, because of the tariffs and the taxes. Let's see. Let me get a clarifier card on that and try to give a clear question. Will the tariffs be enforced? Will they be able to be enforced? Because right now we're in a stalling period, and Trump has to appeal the tariffs. It's a little bit of a limbo. Will Trump get his wish with the tariffs in the next month or so? That's crazy. That is definitely a tariff card. And it does look like it would be a yes, which is kind of hard to believe. But Angel, you said we're not allowed to post to USA at the moment here in Australia. I know. Gosh, so much in reverse. I know. Oh, come on, Angel. You knew. You just knew. Plus, you're kind of psychic, so I'm sure you just weren't listening to your gut. Is it related to sending troops to Chicago? Yes, it could be, because there's some shocking things coming up. It might involve drones. It might involve, flashbangs. Yeah. Putin ain't inviting Trump to Moscow now, in my honest opinion. Deb, that's interesting. I grew up in government housing. Wow. Well, trust me, I've rage quit. I have. Um, okay, definitely, Teresa, you should sit in on it. It's my free, for those of you who have already taken a course, email me and you can take this one for free. But it's going to be a good class. It will bring money if that's the Empress. Okay. Kimberly, you think he will bankrupt the US? So it looks like now this is a female too, female coming in. We might be hearing something that has to do with a female that sits on the Supreme Court. So Debbie said, my daughter was stopped by ICE in Miami. It was traumatizing. Oh my God. I think we're going to start hearing this more and more. And what is Saturn and Neptune? It's secret police. And because Neptune is secret. And why is it police? Because it's in Aries. So Aries is now Saturn is moving back into Pisces for a little bit. So we may actually see a little bit less than once Saturn moves forward again through Aries. We're talking at about 2.5 years of police issues. The Fed, the lady he's trying to remove so he can take over the Fed board and change rates. Thanks, Meg. There's too much civil unrest at the moment. Yeah, there's a secret police force element coming in, like for rich people, in my honest opinion. Yeah. And Saturn represents the poor, and what happens when you have Saturn and Neptune, which means to disappear. It's like the poor vanish. You don't know where they go, but they're kind of like being told to leave. We've got 2 T-squares. This is some serious problems. And the 9th house, what is the 9th house? That's the press and the courts. Okay, so say this is the court right here, right? 18 degrees. The court is really Saturn here. And this is a corrupt court. I'm sorry to say, but it is. And so you've got this triangle here. So this is plan B here. And this is plan A. It's almost like plan A, plan B, plan C, and this is the female, and it looks like an older woman too. What's so interesting is, I thought it went to Pluto because Pluto is a pregnancy, but yeah, there's a lot of people fighting, so many people fighting. There's going to be so much news, our head's going to spin, and it's really going to start happening. I think probably like the last days of September, first days of October. It's like, what's kind of weird is that this is abuse. Like when you have Mars in Cancer and it's poorly aspected plus retrograde, this could also mean, we're talking about mundane events that could be happening as well. I don't know. I don't know if I'd do mundane against the inaugural chart, but Libra is politicians. It's contracts. This is anger over contracts that are not being, what do you call it? Executed. So, and then everything is happening over here in the 11th house. So there sure is a lot of social media conversation about it, whatever it is. Let me pull another card here. One more before my audio goes out. And I want to talk about this. This is all about government. Let's get a profile of who the bad politician is. This looks like a very famous one. It's in the 6th house of health. Ooh, could be a Kennedy, but give us a profile of who this, shady politician is, who's famous. And we're already seeing stuff about vaccines and health and it's just a mess. And who is this person? This is a politician who is really angry. Did you see that square with Mars? Oh, and it almost looks like a group is extremely angry and they're fighting and they're losing. Whenever you have a square to Mars, you are losing. So who are these people that are losing? Okay, hold on. You pulled the devil, Star Sleuth. Oh. The sun reversed. Okay. Maybe a Leo female. Oh, there's going to be some females. There's going to be some cat scratching. Yep. Angel, your tummy is slipping over. Let's see. Oh my God. Gonna go live in a mountain hideaway. Angel, you're like, find a water supply. When you do, Deb, please let us know, and we'll share your address privately, of course. Okay, Miss Charlene, National Guard already heading to Chicago and LA. So, and the courts are holding them off, and with California too. Right now, they're focused on Chicago. It is not good. Leo in reverse is scary. Female fighting wigs. Paul Rand is a doctor, I think. Interesting. And Deb, don't let it stop you. Okay, so let's do. So this could be a profile, a woman who is unhinged, could be a blonde woman. We've got Leo on fire. This is Leo. But what is a clarifier card? Who is this bad politician? Or I shouldn't say it that way. Who is this extremely mad politician? And it's interesting with Libra. Sometimes that can be beautiful. But with all the T squares in there, maybe not. 9 of Cups. So gets some kind of success somehow, but looks like the person's very wealthy. So could be a wealthy female that is just, really, she's biting. She is coming after somebody here. Hello, Gibson. We haven't seen you in a while. And Rand Paul is an eye surgeon. So interesting. And Aquarius's eyes. Okay, I am still matching here with my audio and video. Now let's go to some of these charts here. So the other thing I want to ask about is this here, and this is Aquarius. And I hope Soda Pop checks in with us because there is a hurricane and it's heading his way. So, but we've got this is some big shocks here, more shocks, and I think this might be revenge towards these people. So they're trying to stop something in the courts and really giving bad press, and then suddenly the sun. Well, the sun is the president, and this is a vengeful president that strikes. So, and it looks as if good aspects here has flexibility when it's like an open road. When you don't have squares to the nodes, you're able to do what you want to do. Yet. Yikes. Mars brings him down. So it looks like there could be a famous man. It could look like the president's anger himself. This looks like a person who could have something to do with the police, a weapon, a person who is against this power figure. I'm thinking it's the president, but I'm not sure. That sun with Pluto. This is extreme power. And this has to do with science, vision. But there's somebody coming in who is really shocking the president. And that's happening probably. So this is October 20th here. So maybe like October 15th, mid-October. This is going to be something. Mars opposing the president. This could just simply be a very angry president, an angry and vengeful president who's coming out. But there's also that 6th house of health. 3rd house is hands. Mars in the 3rd house is red hands or pain in the hands. So that could be a health issue. Is what we're seeing here a health issue with the person in power in this chart? No, it's not a health issue. Not a health issue. Okay. It looks like somebody's running away. Could this be what I'm seeing? Is this somebody who could be a perpetrator? Looks like a yes. Could be 3. And why would there be 3? Oh, uh, whoa. This is 3 people up at the top. Up there. I would think that this was the powerful people up here, but this with an opposition there. And then we also have 3 people. Oh, and we keep getting, remember, we keep getting that 3 as far as a clue. Are we talking about some kind of danger that involves 3 people in October? I mean, you have to be as specific as you can. Whoa. Tower reversed. So I guess that would be a no, but it does look like something is kind of stuck there. How would you read that, you guys? Yeah, I know. Another attempt. I mean, Mars is no good. Mars in an opposition like that with the sun, um, and with Aquarius, that can mean real fast. But one more clarifying card on what we're seeing with this opposition with the sun. Like this is huge. This is like a lightning bolt. Um, Clarifying card on what we're seeing here. Magician reversed. So, sometimes I just look at these cards and I see somebody who's in disguise. So, and really unhinged because maybe of the reversed. Yeah. 22 degrees. Yeah. Thanks, Meg. Miss Charlene, the woman, does she wear a wig? And you said, Miss Charlene, maybe extensions. Yeah, Carolyn Levitt. Leo woman talks to the public. Oh, we know we're going to see Carolyn. Carolyn with a K. If you got a K in your name, that is Leo. So you're going to have some Leo qualities. Lots of beautiful qualities, but at the same time, when you walk with kings, sometimes it can be dramatic. Okay, starts with rebuilding after a collapse. So, but first it has to collapse, right? But sometimes it wants to collapse, but it can't, right? Just something gets stuck. You want to transform, but you can't. Maybe um, something is definitely not happening now. They are intending it to be. Okay, so yeah, this this is going to be really interesting. This could be something. Now, keeping in mind. Ninth house is also foreign lands. 10th house is the government. This is the government that's breaking. It's a broken government. That's an opposition here. And third house could be an email, a very angry email. There's something that is breaking the rules. That's what it is. If you've got Aquarius in the 10th house, it could be breaking the rules. Now, if it's in your 10th house in your solar return chart, it might be that you're quitting your job, that you're changing your job. This is change. The government, the US government is changing. And the problem is it's this part. And it's all about the secret police, I think. Something is switching. And what's happening, yeah, right before the next chart, which is going to be probably in maybe January, I mean, it looks a mess with the states here. It really does. It looks like there's going to be a war. And it looks like a lot of people are not winning. Does he get stopped? Yeah, he gets stopped a couple of times. I think this is a stop here. And with Cancer, Cancer can represent angry females. It can represent a famous man. It can represent the house. It can literally represent the house. So it might be the house itself that is fighting like crazy. And that's what it's meant to do sometimes. Yeah. So we've got Pluto way up there. So we're talking about revenge fights. Obviously, we've seen that with democratic cities, but lots of revenge. Now, this is a chart for George W., his first inauguration. And this was January 20th, 2001. So we go around to here, and this is September 11th category. Okay. Now, I am not sure. It looks like I think we had just gotten into Capricorn in the eighth house. Okay. And that is here. And there is a square to Uranus. Look at this. I mean, this is as big as of a shock as you could possibly get. Black Moon Lilith is in there. Now, Black Moon Lilith is in the mix in this one too, in ours for this year, more of a square. But these are Mercury, twin towers. Okay, so Mercury is twin towers, shock of the twin towers. We've looked at this chart before. It's not a surprise, but then we also have Gemini here right next to Saturn. And where is Saturn? Saturn is at 25 degrees because it's retrograde. It goes to 25, which is 1 degree from Algol. And so this is the devil. The devil strikes the twin towers, and it is super, super evil. These people up here are foreign, which is what Aquarius is, and Neptune could be they are in disguise. But with this chart, we don't have Algol. We do have 18 and we do have 22. It's it does not look as huge as a September 11th type of thing, but we are talking potentially about maybe drones. This could be the government. Government is 10th. Drones is Aquarius. Government roofs. Something people are up on the roof. So again, we could get that kind of energy. And oh well, I guess we have to look at this too. This is the twin trining these politicians. So this looks like a lot of politicians, and this is going to be very famous because Jupiter is trining the moon. So this is very, very famous, but it doesn't look like it's easy to figure out because there's so much clashing. It's like clashing and winning, and just continuing and continuing to fight. In the end, it does look like a win for a vengeful, powerful authority, at least for a little while. So that's the North Node, and North Node is to gain, and with Aries to gain a win. So it's definitely going to transform government. It's going to transform maybe the state government. I wonder. You know what? Cancer is domestic. These are domestic people who are at war. That's very interesting. So okay, we've got domestic people here, and then this Aries too. So this is so confusing. Um, what do you guys think? Let's ask about the states with the tarot card, because it does look like there is some kind of winning involved. When you have a blue line to Aries or Mars, this means somebody's winning. Oh, I got Knight of Cups. So that's reversed. Let me ask one more thing. Right. Yeah, remember the drone thing a few months ago? There's a lot of disruption with crowds in government. Feel Epstein related. And this whole thing with the states could be that distraction. I mean, there's so many distractions right now. Exactly. Nothing to see, Angel. Let me ask, I'm going to put this back in the deck because I just want to ask one more about the states. It didn't look like a great card for the states, but can we, as far as states and police presence in the democratic states and cities, I should say cities, what is what's going to be the outcome by January? Nine of Swords reversed. So maybe it's the despair is over. Maybe the fear is over by then. I don't think so. I don't think the fear is over because we still have Saturn coming into that Aries for a while. Saturn is fear. Aries is police, fear of the police. So let me get a clarifier card on this democratic cities and how it's going to, what the reality is by January. Two of Wands. So I read that as if they've got choices. They're given choices that they're just trying to mull over. So depends on maybe whether they want to make friends with the devil or not. Yeah, there's so much about drones. And that's in the news right now. The police state with drones and, tracking people. Congress faces potential government shutdown October 1st without compromise. Lawmakers from both parties have begun warning of a potential shutdown because of stark differences over policy. Okay, so that could be it. That could be the shutdown. Let's look at that for a second. So, yeah, Capricorn is to stop. And these people definitely want to stop what's happening here. Mercury is an announcement that the government is in a standstill. And it very well could be shut for a little while. I don't think it's going to. I mean, it looks like there are some people who are greasing the wheels so that the government can continue. I mean, that's going to be the trick up the sleeve. If we can shut down the government, then nothing can happen until we open it again. And so it just looks like there's always going to be a plan B here. If you see something like this in your chart, it's a good thing. It's like, you've got somebody coming in trying to stop you from doing something. And it's like, well, listen, buddy, I got another friend in HR. So, pound sand because I'm going to get my way. Okay, so that was the September 11th chart. Trump's solar return is very telling here because we're coming out of, you can see there is such a big fight coming. God, the last thing you do when you want to do when you're sick is to like fight politicians. But apparently Trump wants to do that. And you could see the red lines there to Chiron. This looks like pain to me. This looks like actual pain. And that's coming in early October here. But then look at all the Aquarius here. The Aquarius, and that is that's probably about October 20th to November 16th, something like that. Uranus comes in, and look at that. This is somebody here. This is a bully here. And he's hiding. He's hiding. Who is this guy that's hiding? How do you know he's hiding? Because the 12th house, anything you have in the 12th house, you cannot see. And it looks like this is happening in October. Now, wouldn't it, like the end of October, wouldn't it make sense, once we get into that scorpionic season of revenge? Oh, there's going to be some things happening. I would like to know what that Mars square Uranus is for Donald Trump. This is in his solar return. Now, if it's something that's in your chart that looks like that, a lot of times it has to do with, um, quitting a job, or somebody fires you, or maybe a coworker quits. It's something that's sudden, and it's like, oh my God. But for a president, it's a little bit different. And now this could be because it's this fire sign, it's something that's really pretty inflamed. So, what are we seeing here with that upset coming in mid to late October for Donald Trump? See. Oh, Queen of Cups reversed. Ooh, very angry lady. Oh my God. Okay, so if we wanted to get a little bit more information, we would have to look and see where Aries is, because Aries is going to give us more of a profile. And Aries is the eighth house. It's a little bit in the seventh house too. But the eighth house is your bosses. These are the top people. Um, and hmm, Mars also represents the third house of Scorpio. So this could be a local person, third house. Um, it could be something, maybe it could be a realtor, eighth house of real estate. But this is somebody pretty angry. Eighth house, that can be somebody who has some pretty nefarious things on their mind. So the Queen of Cups, let's get another profile of what this shock is. It's a pretty big shock. Um, what are we seeing here with this Uranus squaring Mars? So interesting. We've got Mars is angry, redhead, lots of hair. Well, that's Queen of Cups, um, Knight of Wands. So women again. And what's really interesting is it was maybe not too long ago where there was a woman that was arrested for planning an assassination of, I shouldn't say that word, planning you know what with you know who. One more clarification card about this woman. Is she a killer? Is this woman a K? No, she's just alone. Maybe she wants to get attention, come out of hibernation. Is that possible? Yeah, I know they talk about shutdowns every single year. Yeah, I know. Since like I was born, um, a long time ago. Nine of Swords reversed is recovery. Okay. Um, the drones in New Jersey were a practice run. I believe that, Star Sleuth. Yeah. Yeah. What are we hiding? What's hiding under Mar-a-Lago? Okay. So we've got this hermit here. This is just all women related. So could have something to do with maybe, that kind of looks like Melania to me. So it's hard because she just had this Vanity Fair cover of her being the queen, and now she's being made fun of, which is typical Leo. Leo is in poor aspect being made fun of. Good aspect can mean comedians. Virgo and Leo both mean like comedian and funny. Oh, you are so sweet. Thank you, Teresa. And if you're interested in joining this channel, you can hit the join button and get more member content. Now, let's see. Yeah, so there's Mars. Now, here's the UK solar return chart. I don't know if anybody's really interested in the UK, but this is some serious stuff that's happening. And we've got Aquarius over here. It is coming in. Um, I think there's going to be some kind of shocking headlines, probably about Putin coming in. Putin, I think, is at the top of this chart. And I think that by November 4th, this could be more European related, But there is a T-square here, and I think that this could be in social media. Something is flooding social media, and it is bad information, and it might get everybody riled up. So, think it's probably coming from Putin. So, we'll have to keep an eye on that. When is this gonna start coming in? Well, I mean, Neptune activates in October. So, October 10th to maybe November 10th. Let me get a card on possible Russian disinformation. And are we seeing that at all coming in for UK or England? Oh, looks like yes. Knight of Cups. Maybe it's coming in the form of good news. Maybe it's fake. It could be something about romance. I don't know. What do you think? Russian disinformation clarifier card. Queen of Cups again. That's crazy. Could it be? Is it tied to the US somehow? Seven of Swords. No. Something else. Might have something to do with thieves. Could be fraud. Could be a big fraud alert or something. And Deb, yeah, other than the royals, don't know much else about UK. Farmers unhappy, immigration, Starmer not well liked. Nope. And neither is Angela. Rayner, yeah, lots of immigration, lots of immigration. I'm afraid to say that I think that the financial crisis is a lot bigger than what they're letting on. It's pretty big. And if the public knew how bad it was, oh, they'd be upset with how everybody's prancing around in big billionaire yachts. Even more so than right now. You pull the Empress. So, something that has to do with power, money, and a female. Yeah. Okay. So let me get back to this and some people just watch my show because it puts them to sleep, and that's okay. Me being a sun in Pisces, what does Pisces mean? Pisces means to sleep. It means getting tired. Now, this is the UK solar return. And so, yeah, so this is around the November 1st. This is what I was just showing you. And it looks as if everybody's happy about something. There is a gain here for sure here. There's a nice gain. And then somebody from, I think, somebody hidden comes in and gives some kind of false maybe announcement that is not true. Maybe something like the king is you know what, or something where everybody's like, oh my god, and there's like a little bit of a bump there, and it's all it seems in social media. And something, I mean, this is probably weather too. This is probably weather. We're in the middle of Mercury retrograde in here. So we're talking about flooding of information, flooding everywhere. And it happens, typical Mercury retrograde stuff. So hopefully nobody's moving in late October or November in the London or the England area. I'm close to London. Let's see. Let me ask, what is all this Pisces about? Let's see what card we get. Oh, King of Cups. So we're going to be hearing something about somebody very powerful. King of Cups. Somebody on the water. Somebody very wealthy. So yeah, maybe it's something that's fake. Is it fake? Are we going to see something about the King of Cups that is fake? Looks like kids. One more clarifier card. Looks like it's real. High Priestess reversed. So many reverse cards tonight. So it's going to take a little while to get on track. We've got another Mercury retrograde. We've got the solar eclipse coming in. It's sort of like get your popcorn, get a blanket, and just chill out. Let's not start any big jobs right now, okay? I mean, if you have to, go for it and just write down your experience. But we need to let this solar, or we need to let the lunar eclipse kind of play out a little bit. And it is in Pisces, and that could be very good, actually, because if there's fraud, if there is things that are illegal. I mean, Pisces can be jail. We're going to be seeing things about jails, hotels, foreign things. Star sleuth. Just, you know what to do. Just put on some nice music. Maybe have a glass of something, warm milk, and Angel D. Um, Angel D says, I found it sad when King Charles visited cancer patients. A gentleman said he also has prostate cancer, doesn't know if he'll be around. Oh, Angel, come on. Um, Thank you, Miss Charlene. And well, thank you, Angel. And I know I should do sleep stories. I'd love to do like Grimm's fairy tales, but I don't think you're allowed to. Um, okay. Yeah. It does look like there's some really good stuff though coming in, and it's possible it has to do with real estate or taxes. I think there's going to be some people. See, this is the government right here. Where's the public? Public's over here. I think because of the UK, there could be some good news. I think it might be about the tariffs or real estate of some sort, and everybody might be a little bit happy here around maybe mid-October, and then comes like the oh my god, and that's probably the Russians. And why do I say that? Because I can see this T-square here, just like that. Mercury with Pisces in a square. Hello, that's a fake announcement right there if I've ever seen one. So there's something fake going on here. Could be that pedophilia. Ooh, am I allowed to say that? That's also a theme coming in too, which is Epstein, it's Andrew, it's Trump. It's like, ugh. So really, it's not going away, guys. Let's ask. Why didn't I do this before? I'm going to use Amber's cards here. These are the fancy cards. Something about Epstein. Oh, God. Glad I had a coffee before I started this. Okay. Something about Epstein. It looks like it's not going away. Oh, my God. I mean, these cards just, holy crap. I guess I better use another deck now because they're all intermingled. There was an explosion of cards. All right, so we've got. Let's talk about Epstein for the next 2 to 3 months. Is it going away? I keep getting reverse cards, so let's see if there's a reverse card now. Will this Epstein business go away in the next 2 to 3 months? Psst, I knew it. Knight of Wands. So, that would be a yes. So, it's going to go away. There's a Knight of Wands here. There's a guy coming in. Who is this guy? King of Swords reversed. So, look, now we're getting the men cards, of course. Are we going to be seeing any new evidence in the next 2 months with Epstein? Something I've already asked, but let's ask it again. The Magician reversed. So looks like a no. One more card about Epstein's and Ghislaine and all of that. what are we going to be seeing that we're going to be shocked or surprised about? Six of Wands. So success recognition. Um, somebody that's accomplished might be seeing a new person come in that we didn't know about. But we're definitely seeing all the kings having issues, like Clinton, even Giuliani. We're seeing King Charles and Trump having health problems. Things are like it's almost like the boards are shifting a little bit. There are cracks here and there, and we're talking a lot of power. So I'm not sure if it's going to make much of a difference. Angel, stop biting your tongue. Um, yeah, they're trying to distract. Yeah, I was thinking that too. All those women, everything Epstein related. That's the Pisces, you know. Um, oh, okay. Speedos. Okay, this is a good one. Ms. Charlene, do you see reevaluation of other foreign currency and the US? God, I mean, how much more do we have to think about, right? Well, there's going to be a lot about currency because the crypto stuff's coming in. Hello, Christine. And let's talk about currency. Let's just get a card on the currency. God, these cards are just jumping all around on my desk. Next 3 to 4 months, what are we seeing with regard to the U.S. currency? Being frugal, yes, probably going into a recession. Yeah, Buckeye, leaders getting old, exactly. And okay. So, clarify a card on the currency, the U.S. currency. What's happening? Judgment, decisions, big decisions are being made. Could be a change. Is there something happening with the currency? I'm just waiting for Trump to put his face on the dollar bill. But what is going on with the currency? Nine of Swords. There's probably a lot of fear about it, but it's probably just fear. So I think things are going to start to get a little bit better, but we just have to be patient. Easier said than done, right? Yeah. Definite recession. Unfortunately, it's been looming since you know what vid. Getting rid of hard currency. I hope not. I hope not. I like my dollar bills. Let's see. Yeah, crypto. And let's see how crypto is going to do. How is crypto going to do? I want to say in the month of September 3rd now. Let's get a card for crypto. Oh, wow. Yeek. Okay. Actually, got one more card out here. Let's get a clarifier card for crypto. Clarifier card for crypto in September. Nine of Pentacles reversed. So, doesn't look great. Doesn't look great. You know, I wonder if all of that Aquarius is crypto. People are fighting the crypto, and it might be the courts. It might be the courts. I know the banks are fighting too. I didn't say anything about the banks, but that's possibly what we were seeing is crypto, some kind of crypto clash. How about crypto for October? Stable. How about crypto for December? Did I skip November? Crypto for November. crypto for November. I love it. You'd think I have crypto and I don't. Regrets. One more crypto for December. Star reversed. So it just looks a little bit up and down to me. I don't see like a Bitcoin like explosion just yet. This video is for entertainment purposes only. So there's my information. If you want to book, will we have gold backed currency? I'm going to say maybe. I'm going to say maybe because of so much Leo right now. Brenda, you said, yes, if we get rid of hard currency, every move we make can be monitored. It is true. It is true. Okay, good one, Deb. I think we pulled on this one before, but I can't remember. I mean, he is having health issues, and that is very much reflected in his solar return. 9 of Wands, reversed. Clarifier card on it. Doesn't look great. Doesn't look great. And 5 of Wands, reversed. It's going to be tough. Ms. Charlene, don't invest in crypto, y'all. Only precious metals backed currency, XLM, XRP. Thank you. Yes, it had to be said. XRP is not so great right now. I mean, it's like back and forth in the upper twos. Clinton is unhinged and Obama is shady. I don't like any of them. I'm going to be honest. I don't like any of them. I know. It's all going to be rubles, Deb. You pulled 8 of Swords reversed. Okay, Kimberly. So that's really interesting, these cards that we got for Trump lasting his administration. And it looks like sometimes this one can be chaos, but also just everything's turned upside down. You know, they all want to do so many things and they all want to breathe fire and, you know, just fight, fight, fight. It's going to be kind of like they're looking at a distance at it at some point. They're like, well, that's what we did, but is it going to hold? Saturn's going to move out of Aries. It's a sadness. It's a responsibility of the police, and the police are going to be exhausted in like 2.5 to 3 years. My nephew wants to be a police officer. I wish I could just say, just wait a little bit. It's dire right now, and I think police officers are really having a large responsibility to bear. It's not easy. I don't think it's easy. And we need the police. We need the police. And that's everywhere, not just the US. I think we've got some Russian disinformation coming in. We've got lots of wins and losses with the police and the city. The Supreme Court, most definitely, there's something going on there. There's a possibility we're going to find out something that happened in these next few months, but we won't find out until later. Could be something secretive. It has to do with the courts. I should, Gibson. Thank you. Your kids help you tune it out. And I know I'm a little burned out on politics too. It's funny though. I remember when I was, back in the early aughts, I was just kind of bummed. I was like, nobody cares about politics. Like we could just do anything. We could bomb anybody and everybody just does nothing. But thank you all to those who joined tonight. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much again. And I will see you guys tomorrow.